I don't know.
They saw I was upset. As much as I tried to contain it and that, they saw that I wasn't okay.
For me, it came from a place of ignorance, personally.
Probably,
Well, that's what I said. It just, you know, sometimes you say things, but it's how you say things, and sometimes things are just better left not said. Do you know what I mean?
And I think it was sometimes ignorance is sort of bliss sometimes. So
Yeah.
So in the head it may have been like, yeah, this is cool to say.
Yeah, but
There's a fine line between ignorance and disrespect for arrogance. Unfortunately, that line was crossed multiple times throughout the interaction.
What did you think?
You know?
You see, we are 30 years into democracy. Race should not be the base for anything.
Word.
Honestly. And how long will we stay on this thing of race? These are born frees. And because they're born free, they haven't experienced racism the way we have.
True.
I mean, I was booted out of a male toilet because I didn't see the sign saying whites only.
It's not sitting well with him. He had to go through it. His parents had to be in exile because of the country that we lived in prior, 1994. Those things really affect him. So when you guys left, obviously my blood was boiling. Like the worm had spun already. Like I was in another, my legs were itching underneath. I had a little bit of, you know, like I can handle people being constructive with constructive criticism, and that you guys know that. But rudeness and like blatant racism, and I can't handle it, and it got on my last nerve. So I asked her, listen, can we go to the side? I just want to chat to you. And as we sat down, the first thing she said to me was, well, that's a you problem, Lenore. You insecure. You're insecure with who you are. You're insecure with being a colored. I don't have to prove to anybody that I'm Indian, that I'm this, that I'm that. I'm Lenore.
I feel like this is an insecurity of yours.
I'm not insecure about anything.
That's great for you, Lenore, but that's not my problem. Like, that's really nothing to do with me.
That's why. Yeah. She then goes on to tell me, you're not my mother.
oh my gosh.
I don't need to listen to you. I don't need to tell her because I'm not her mother.
She pulled that one.
She pulled that one. You talk too much and you don't listen enough.
But you're not my mom, Lenore.
It was like one insult after the other.
I'm sorry, but this person is technically my peer.
I said that.
Isn't she like 4 years older than you? Or 5
She,
years?
technically my peer. Coming from a person that's technically my peer, it's a little bit scary to think. The insults, it wasn't just racist, it was sexist, it was ageist.
I even referenced you, and I said to her, okay, if you're calling it an age thing, because she said to me, oh, Lenore, please, you double or triple my age. I'm like, girlfriend, wait.
What does age have to do with anything?
I'm 45 and I own my age. I'm 45 years old, but I've never been about an age person.
Yeah.
It's all about maturity or lack of in her case. In speaking to them and offloading to them, I do feel it's important for my children to know exactly what happened. They need to evaluate the situation and evaluate things that were said and make their own decisions on that.
You know, it's disappointing on multiple different levels. Firstly, as a woman, to now, like, be so disrespectful.
She was
Like,
disrespectful.
But as a woman of color, like, we already have it tough as is. And it's an event that is supposed to be about empowering women. That's why it's disappointing on two levels. As a woman and as a woman of color. My mom was coming from a motherly, caring role. Let me try and help you, but it was just met with retaliation and defensiveness and aggression, which was so wrong. And my mom didn't deserve that, not on her big day.
But did she end up apologizing?
She did not apologize. Like, she did not apologize. She ended up leaving, and I was more than happy for her to strut her stuff and walk out, like, honestly. And then she was ready to pick up the products that I had put on the table. I mean, I didn't even get to advertise the products.
Good enough for them.
Yeah, my colored products were good enough for her to pick up, but yeah, clearly I'm a problem. I knew it was never going to be okay with my children. My kids have been through their own form of insults, their own form of racism. We do not subscribe to that. We do not tolerate it in our home.